Welcome back, everyone, for the next part of Library of Ruina. In the last part, we sent out our first star invitation, and Roller decided to give us a new abnormality. But as I said already in the last part as well, I don't really feel like doing another abnormality fight just yet, simply because, we did so many. We did so many in the last couple of parts. The final realization thingy, the two abnormalities, King of Greed, Arun, and after that we did, what was it, the two abnormalities on Chesed Floor? It were like 3 abnormality fights in a row, right? 3 full episodes in a row. I'm sure Roland can wait a bit for another employee, right? It is his 4th slot. There wouldn't even be a cutscene after that, but still! I did so many abnormality battles in a row. I kind of want to see the story a bit more, you know? Especially since those question marks were teasing me for such a long time, right? They were always here, leading us. They're ready to guide us to the next level. Look at this. Radioactive level. Reach 48. That's actually not that far from our current level. I just need 8 more invitations, and technically speaking, we would have already reached the next level, but we already know from the other receptions that we kind of have to go through all the paths first before we actually are able to break through this, right? Now, without any further ado, let's head back to the farms and see if we can actually meet the right guys? What is this? New Association? Sector 2, Volume 1. What is... Wait. No, you can only get the books of the farm. What is the Leo Association? Wait, does that mean I can continue? Okay, I was about to say that maybe we could have met the guys, the actual guys from the meeting, since we only had a chance to fight against the foot soldiers, but it seems like that has to be on a different path then, right? That has to be. Oh, that's mean, game! So far I was able to go through the whole corridor at once! You never forced me to go somewhere else before! Never! You never forced me to do that! Now you start doing that? Fine! I did say it's either this or this one. Then I guess we're going to go through the right one first. Unless, of course, the right one is also going to throw something into our way. Who knows, right? Who knows? The game is playing with different rules now. The game is throwing out some new rules. The cane fixers? Oh, wasn't that the guys who hired the robots, the watchful dollars guys with the spark effect? You know, the guys who gave Haru her clothes, right? And of course shop clothes as well. And of course this paralyzed stuff that we barely used. Interesting, I didn't expect it to actually see them at all. Barter. Oh wait, is that a robot? They also have a robot here. Anyways, President, have you seen a request from T-Corp?
Well, this sure is a difficult situation.
Have we been found out?
How clumsy of we Corp to leak a singularity so carelessly. That's no good. No good at all.
Though everything went as the Blue Revelation said in the end, I must admit.
Yes, indeed. This is a perfect opportunity for us to learn the details of V-Corp's singularity. All we have to do now is visit the library with this invitation and earn a book of V-Corp's cleaning crew.
Press, the library is the star of the city now.
We have completed 11 requests regarding stars of the city until now. Such expertise is why we are under the direct sponsorship of T-Corp.
Under the direct sponsorship? Then why would you be interested in finding out the hidden truth about V Corp? Wasn't T Corp and V Corp working together? Anyways, when we acquire the confidential information on V Corp's singularity, what are you going to do with it? I don't believe you would just return it to V Corp, right?
We should sell it to the client that needs the technology, of course. A patent war's about to break out too.
You want to start a patent war? So we aren't handing it to T Corp right away?
Mr. Barton, it takes more than just doing good work to rise through the ranks as our office has. We should always seek opportunities. I was honestly skeptical at first when we were told to entrust work to some irrelevant rubbish like the gaze authors.
Don't call them rubbish. This stuff was good. And they tried their best as well.
I thought they were joking with us, but look what it did for us. Here's the thing though.
Huh? See, Squarey Hat? It went just as I predicted, didn't it? It's a pleasure to meet you for a second time, President Nemo of Kane Office.
Well, here's the thing. You pounce a creep and win Forsaken Skeleton Head. Since when did we agree to go down our own? This is how you screw us over, right? We're supposed to walk into the library ourselves, including me.
Six-sided skull. You bragged about taking care of 11 stars of the city class request mere moments ago. No? What's wrong now? Don't tell me. Are you actually scared? Wait, you were listening in on our conversation? Could be problematic.
Oh, you sneaky peeker, you! They say the walls have ears, but it looks like shitbags do too. Am I scared? Well, yes, I'm scared piss shitless, thanks for asking.
Prescott miffed. It's going to be a real hassle cooling him down for a while. I did not quite expect the prominent and prestige Kane Office to follow their words.
Mr. Skullcrab, do I look like a scrap for praise? Your motive is so transparently blatant, I couldn't possibly not be terrified. If I were to enter the library and turn into a book there, and then the library would get a book detailing the singularities of V Corp and T Corp in the same library where the book about alcohol is?
Oh, that would be disastrous. Imagine 3 absolute top secrets in one spot. Everyone would try to go for that. And I think those guys would notice it as well.
Guess who will be getting a hold of 3 singularities at once? In times like these, when we're on the brink of a patent war? It is so plainly obvious, I don't see a point to say it twice.
Tell me, what's the mastermind behind this? Whose pocket are you trying to fill with your little game?
Oh dear, dear. I was wondering what words were going to come out of your agitated speech device. That's all you could think with your rectangular notching? Singularities? A patent war? I can't even get a chuckle out of it. It's not funny in the slightest. You like to raise your voice over the pettiest thing, like your life depends on them. Don't you, Boxy Buck? I'm stunned by how punny this is. Rumbo's brain thinks we're just here to make some bread. Here's a blue fixer thingy, right? One of the colors. I don't think he has any issues with money. How idiotic. Oh!
Shut
Mr. Nemo Detour, I'm not interested in your views. Patent wars? Mastermind? Money? Think whatever you want. But promise, I promise. Pluto? Huh? Of course. Sir, ladies and gents, please have a look at the contract. To summarize the point, we will provide Kane Office with information about V Corp singularities. And in return, Kane Office will secure books from the library for us, when we want them. The signature of Mr. Nemo, Miss Martina, Mr. Barter, and the leader of our assemble, Agalia, are clearly written here. We weren't told that the information about VCOP singularity would be provided in the form of books from the library, not to mention having to acquire it ourselves. The terms were in rather ambiguous vocabulary, admittingly. However, that would not make the contents of the contract any less appropriated under the current circumstances. You aren't the one to decide that. Well, the cute boy taking the pen like lightning and signing the contract in haste, making a huge fuss about the patent war and whatever, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure he said he is in urgent need of the intel about singularities, after all. The contract never specified that we are to head to the library ourselves. It only said Kane office is going. Well, you should have checked the terms carefully. Here, take a look. I'm not seeing anything. Let me lend you my eyeglasses, dear. Have a closer look at the fine print. All those who sign this contract must retrieve books at the library. What foolish deceptions! Do you think you'll get off scot-free after meddling with our business? What makes you think we'll abide to your fraudulent contract at this point? Oh dear, dear. This thing is no ordinary contract, you see? What was it called, Pluto? It would be Yesterday's Promise. Right, that. Yesterday's Promise. Not my type of name, to be honest. Anyways, if you don't fulfill the conditions of this contract, he can take anything out of those who sign the paper. See? We can take as much as we want, whenever we want.
Nonsense.
Pluto? As you wish. What? Lo and behold, this is Mr. Bardas. Did you just take out his heart? What? Oh god! Barda! You spent quite a fortune on your body. I can see this heart is augmented with some exquisite procedures. The heck? Here, I've returned it to you. See, old boogaboo? I don't care about what you think. I just want you to keep the promise you made with me. Just like the other guys, unless you want to get crushed. Besides, Teacup directly issued the same orders to you, so you have to be there anyhow, no? Seeing with anger at us won't spare you from going to the library.
Let me ask you something.
Huh?
What are you plotting to do with a demon like that?
I'll perform the beauty of humanity in this world. It will break down the boundaries of loneliness that we all have. We would appreciate it if you could get this job done by today. Did you just give him a time limit as well?
Beauty? Loneliness? That prancing loony!
Butter, is your heart alright? Should we go see a doctor? They're gone. What are we gonna do now, Press?
Well, it looks like we've been hacked.
Are you really sure we'll be alright going by ourselves unprepared? Or rather underprepared?
Let's think simplistically, everyone. Don't get too serious. We'll head into the library, take the books, and come back. That's all there is to it. Let's get ready.
Thing is, guy, you first have to get out of the library, you know? That's not really one of the easiest things to do around here. Well, I remember that skeleton. He was with the Blue Reparation the last time as well, that we saw him, right? He said something about Yesterday's Promise. I think I read about it in one of the guest books. On the surface, it appears to be an ordinary contract, but unfavorable terms are hidden in the fine print. It was speculated to be the cause of some kind of incident, although I'm not quite sure if the claim is verifiable. Right, we did read that in Salvato's and Yuna's book. It's even more obscene to see it in action. It's such a manipulative scheme. Well, I suppose he's far from being the only one manipulating guy in the city, though, right? Well, that's true. People use each other all the time. Do you think that's a given? Well, I simply gave up dwelling on it any further. I still don't believe that's fair, though. In a similar vein, you're using me, and I'm using you. Yeah, I didn't mention it. If you say so, I guess. But don't worry. I don't mean to simply imply any distrust towards you. It's just... yes, keeping the options open. That's all. Better safe than sorry, as they say. Hey, I never told you any lies, you know? You're only keeping a few things from me. Well, I guess I am. Forget it. Why don't you go back to sorting books now? After all, there was guests about to join, right? You won't bother being inquisitive, huh? Is there any reason you aren't asking further? None in particular. I could certainly pry, but I figured it wouldn't be fun to uncover everything about you that way. I mean, if you really want to know everything, you could just temporarily turn them into a book and then read all of the context, right? I came to the conclusion that having something to be curious of is beneficial for maintaining interpersonal relationship. That is all. Or perhaps I've grown to trust you that much. Or maybe that. Okay, Nemo. How do you like the library, huh? Are you ready for the combat? Literally is about to break your screeny hat?
We were led by monsters out of the pen into the flames. A den of monsters known as the library. This has become the gold, the joke of the century.
I heard the library is rather gentle, if that helps.
Just a moment.
Is anything the matter?
Martina,
Yeah.
what do you think of this place?
It's faint, but I can smell something?
Exactly! It thinks of money! Perfect!
What? You can't even smell with that hat.
Every cloud has a silver lining. It looks like we have found one.
Are you planning to sell books or something? Did you see those books and are already interested in getting them all?
Precisely. Even if our reputation as a contract office may tank, at least we won't starve to death if we get books from here and sell them.
Aren't you swimming in cash already, Press? Martina, our president spends a year worth of an average Backstreet dweller's food expense every day. He can never have enough money.
Still, I never bid my office staff. My word upon it.
And there's Angela. Greetings, dear guests.
You must be Angela, the director of this place, the so-called Pale Librarian.
She doesn't look pale at all, though.
Butter, what's yours? Miss Angela here may be our precious provider of goods and wealth in the future.
Really now? Press changed his attitude so swiftly. I'm used to it by now. Didn't you just call this place a den of monster? And now you want it as business partners? Yeah. May you find your book in this place. Angela's not interested at all. She doesn't need physical wealth. What do you mean I can only use free? What? What? Okay, well, I mean, I guess it's fair. There are only 3 guys, so we can only use 3 guys. It's 1-1 though, so I don't really have to fight through any kinds of henchmen beforehand, which could lower health a little, but... Ooh, golden page, Nemo page. Endures the slash attacks, okay, that's not good. Speed die, emergency resuscitation protocol. Upon taking what would be a lethal blow, nullify the damage and spend all charges to recover 5 HP per stack. Activates once per act. So he is able to survive once? Kind of like Tiferit's and Bonbon's unrelenting ability, but charge related, which also recovers his health. And then he also has Charge Shield at emotion level 2 and above. If the character gains charge using combat page in the previous scene, gain 1 endurance at the start of the scene. Oh, really? Energy discharge. At emotion level 2 and above, if the character spends charges using combat page in the previous scene, you get strength and endurance for using charge. Oh god. I would love to have that card. Oh god, not only I. Wait a second. I think Mary would love that as well. And I think I also have another one with a Warp Train deck. Yeah, right. I think... Wait. Shime, did you have... Yeah, or you also have something like a Warp Train deck. Oh, that would be precious. I would love to have that. And then we also have Deflect Assault. Once per scene, responds to a one-sided attack with a block die. 2 to 6. Not played in clashes where both characters use a combat page. Unstable charge. At the end of a scene, gain 1 strength and a 50% chance. That's the same one as one of those gazers passives. And then you also have Singular Strike. Oh, that's good. You can never have enough Singular Strike users around, right? Especially since you can't really know which of your opponents is going to use the next range pages, right? You can never predict that. Then he also has Energy Conversion. On use, spend 4 charges to restore 3 light. Oh! Okay, that's really good. And you can also draw with this? Holy hell! Okay, that's already very good. And then you have a Golden Opportunity. On use, gain 5 charge. And if you win the first clash, you get an additional 2 charges, which means 7 charge. Then you have Ready Up, spend 2 charges to give 1 protection to all allies. Oh, really now? That's literally like that one June card that I haven't really used for a very long time, but that I used for pretty much the first couple of battles over and over again, simply because it was so effective. Protection's really handy at times. And then of course he has a 4-cost Energy Beam. Dice abilities on this page only activates if the opponent has offensive dice. On Clash Win, spend 2 charges to destroy opponent's next offensive dice. So you can destroy dices with this. It's a 30 to 21 hit. I could find... Wait a second. This is a possibility. Tiveret. Bonbon. It is time, Bonbon. It is time. Mint, you can sit that one out. I can already say, Bonbon, Haru. Or is it Baby Mint? Yeah, I'm probably going to rely on Haru for this. But I can already say there's another chance. There's another chance for Yield by Flesh, Bonbon. There's another chance. We might be actually able to pull it off. For once at least. And then we have Martina. Speed die, endurance to bash attacks, okay. Heavy-hearted Forte. Deal 1-2 stagger damage to the opponent upon winning a clash. Charge shield. Energy discharge is the same as Nemo. She has Lone Fixer and Talent from Mars, so I have to get her first. Otherwise, she's gonna get stronger and stronger. And she has an ability that boosts up dice power. Pierce dice power. It is very expensive. 9. Very expensive. Do you have that as well? No. He didn't have that, but she has it. That could be slightly problematic, but we'll see, right? We'll see. You come with Energy Shield, gain 3 charges. On Clash Loose, gain another charge. A shield that is able to regain your charges as well. That seems relatively handy. The Energy Conversion, of course, in order to recharge your light and draw a page. Uncanny Strike. On hit, spend 2 charges to deal 6 stagger damage up to 3 times. 7 to 13 hits. And she looks very creepy on that hit as well. Like a horror movie. Okay. Well, at the very least, it seems like 2 guys have a decent chance of allowing me to use Heal my Flesh for once. And Barda. Anything special with Barda? The Force Field. After spending charges, use a combat page, gain 1 protection next scene. Charge shield, endurance, strength like the others. We have another margin guy. At the end of its scene, restore 1 light, draw 1 page if the hand is empty. I can improve Roland's discard deck with this. That is literally the only thing that he was missing. That is the thing that makes Hot's version of the discard deck so much better, because she just simply draws more pages at the start of a scene. In combination of the other pages that she's going to draw from discarding, relay, and staying calm. That is the ability that I wanted to have the most for a very long time. And it's here on Barda. On Barda. In combination with an unstable charge, I punch the solar plexum. That would also work with discard. The only downside is that it comes with quite a lot of charge thingies, so I might need to change. But I can't really get rid of the stay calms, that's the thing. I might be able to exchange the light recovery cards and draw recovery cards with something else, like leap, an energy cycle or something, in order to make use of it. Since I still want to go for Daring Decision and the bottom deal and all the other stuff, you know? I really want to make that work! I really want to make that work! The discard deck, it's so precious! Okay, then he also comes with energy shields, energy conversion, absorb impact, gain 6 charges, 7 to 9, 5 to 8, okay. And then he also has devastating trash. On use, spend 4 charges to boost power of all dices by 2. 4 to 8. That looks like Daring Decision almost. Okay, that is quite dangerous. But if we know when he's going to... I mean, we can tell how many charges they have, right? But they're going to regain their charges relatively quickly. Okay, who has the least amount of health? She isn't allowed to be last. He is going to be problematic. And he is going to allow my Bonbon to use Heal My Flash. Okay, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. I might actually be able to pull this off for once. I see potential here. All 3 of them are relatively strong. There is a chance. I can finally... You already started that move. Are you kidding me? Well, if that is what you want, I'm going to go for the protection first. Or should I? I kinda need the card draw Tiveret. He can't really use this golden card yet. Please. Ah, why are you not attacking my team? That would have been your chance! It could have been your chance! At least she doesn't have any charges, so it's kind of a waste, but still. And I'm not fast enough with Bombog to do any specific damage. Aw, that's such a waste of an opportunity. Well, I can always hope for the Nemo guy, right? I can always hope for the Nemo guy. Okay. We are first going to start this with probably Puppet Lock in combination with Will of the Prescript. Yeah, let's try to avoid the first hit. Even if it doesn't work, at the very least I'm going to get a couple of free hits in. I'm gonna lower her damage, or rather his damage. Recover my light for free. And Clash Loose. It's just a hit of 3 or 5. I don't really care about that then. Leap would be something of a waste. And I don't have the light for anything else. Okay, Tiveret, you can only use 1 right now. Okay! Did you just punch her up in the air? Well, at the very least, Tiveret was able to avoid 2 hits, so that's already a good start. Yeah, I didn't expect Power to be able to block that. We make him a little bit weaker. That's good. He's about to get staggered as well. We're relatively close to getting staggered. He's not going for it. Why are you not going for that? Okay. Which is boosted? Execution. Let's go for execution. We're gonna use it twice. Protection for all allies. You don't have the charges for that. I'm gonna go for energy cycle in order to regain a little bit. You actually use it again! You actually use it again! Wait. Wait. Slay, maybe? There's a chance that Slay could work. Gonna get a free hit. She's gonna spam Uncanny Strike, huh? The very she has the charges to do more stagger damage now. This is counterproductive. And my defense dice is on the second slot. Which means it doesn't help me at all. Okay, another for the family in order to protect everyone. Can I slow her down? Probably not. I can apply some paralysis on her before she's able to hit me again with the second one, but it's still going to do a lot of damage. I could lower the dice roll by a little bit. But not entirely sure if that would be worth it. Okay, no. I'm gonna focus down on Bada first. He has to go first. I need more dices. I need more available dices in order to actually redirect the hits. Holy hell! You almost got the stagger on her. But only almost. Okay, I got the paralysis. That's going to make it a little bit easier. Okay. Got the stagger on Bada. 3 hits. Stagger on Tiferet. It's fine. Not enough to finish it, but we're getting there. We are getting there. Tiferet doesn't have pierce attacks. Howard doesn't have it either. That would be a waste. The only one who can use it is Mint. Okay, I guess we're going to go for the love again. Hopefully Bonbon is able to heal my guys relatively reliable this time around. Yes! Give me that! Yes! It is time! Yield my flesh! Yield the flesh! Not entirely sure what I'm gonna do with you yet, but that's fine. Don't really care about that. Repress flesh. Then I'm not fast enough. Okay, I have to be faster in this. You're certainly going to get hit. Bash attacks are currently boosted. I need to make sure that Bada dies. Borgmong is technically able to handle that. And I should be able to tank that as well, right? Yeah. Okay. Then Sharpen Blade for the other, and that should technically be enough to finish him off. Yeah, Bonbon is able to survive that hit without getting staggered. Yes! Yes! I lost the clash! I think I got the card! I think I got the card, but I can't use it now because I'm staggered with Bonbon, but it's fine. At least Bada died. Tiferet is getting back, but Bada died. Yeah, there it is! There it is! I actually got the page for once! I can't believe it! And now I can use it! But it's here! Wait a second, what's that? I can't check it. It doesn't have a single attack dice! Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? Oh, is it for real? I thought it was brokenly busted card. It's just a counter card? my grades. That's not going according to plan then. Let's go for forceful gesture. I don't have the speed to protect her. We should be able to break through relentless, but still, it's going to do a lot of damage. It's going to do a lot of damage, and I don't really like the look of that at all. Wait a second, I need to redirect that order. I don't want to get hit for the family, if I can help it at least. Tree. Do I have... Oh, Shrine of Music might be able to help us. You're gonna get me staggered anyways. At the very least, I can use this to save the day, I guess? Actually speaking, Execution might be able to break through it. Then I can still use Shrine of Music in order to do a bit of extra damage onto Martina, right? Yeah, Martina. Come on, Bonbon. Survive it. For the sake of claim your flesh. Claim your flesh, Bonbon! 15! Survive with 50! That's good! That's good! Exactly what I wanted to see! How did get staggered either? That's even better. That's even better. That's very promising. Now I'm not fast enough to actually get the... I just can't use that card. I can never use that card. Maybe I should kick it out. Maybe it's not worth it. Maybe it's just simply not worth it. Well. Actually, I'm gonna save that light. We don't really need it right now. We might use it against Nemo later. After this round, of course. Let's go for Will of the Prescript. Energy Cycle, that should surely be enough to finish it. I'm gonna play it twice since I have the cards. Let's go for a little bit of extract fuel. And see if Haru actually gets staggered. But no! Haru refuses to get staggered by them. It's really appreciated, right? Really appreciated. Now he is getting staggered. Almost, at least. Let's go for Road to Happiness, I would say. From Bonbon. It's literally impossible. It is such a good card, though. It's 14 to 23. I could inflict paralysis, bleed, but only if he actually targets me. Why does it have to be a counter dice? Why does it have to be counter dice? Huh? Such a waste. It is such a waste. It's ridiculous. Okay, overcome crisis. Forceful gesture? Sure, why not? Will of the Prescript? That guy is not gonna survive this turn. He is literally about to die. Let's go for a leap. A little bit of puppet block. And I would say, this is your end, Nemo. Even if you won against the first hit, there's no way you can survive against the Friend's attack. Or Will of the Prescript, for that matter. You know, at the very least, I was kind of able to claim my bones, right? I mean, I was still not able to actually use it, but at the very least, now I know that it seems like it's not that great of a card. Huh? Why is it so difficult to get it then? If you can only use it situationally. And only if the enemy is actually playing along. Oh well. At the very least, I got the books, that's good. I'm probably going to try to get the key pages as soon as possible in order to upgrade Roland's deck, since, yeah, he has a new abnormality waiting for him, but... Oh well. Oh well. What a disappointment. Claim my bones. I suppose a pain in war was fiercely fought, huh? Judging from the way he was talking about it. Yeah. all in all, technology is the most reliable means of making money in the city. Patent wars are waged over those technologies, but in truth, neither side really benefits from them. It ends in Pyrrhic victory at best. If they don't respond well, they might lose their rights to the technology by an emanation, or spend too much time and energy for the win to be worthwhile. At the end of the day, people like the guest were just greeding profit the most from those conflicts. Well, it is entertaining to spectate as long as the trouble isn't yours. I've got a bunch of interesting stories. Wanna hear them? Save the whole thing for later. It sounds like it will be a long tale. Yeah, after all, he was one of the fixers that has lots of information. He must have known all kinds of stories of the city. Has Aircorp participated in any type of patent war? I don't know. I don't think I've heard any stories about that, at least. Aircorp is already exceptionally among private military contractors. How about the singularities of another wing? Has Aircorp tried to get hold of any? I bet every wing thinks the same way about the matter. Few wings use the singularities on their own. Aircorp must be using a singularity or two that doesn't belong to them. You know what I mean, right? And they gotta pay the owner a fee whenever they use them. If they unconverted the secret of those singularities owned by other wings, they could save that expense, correct? Spot on. But they can't, because oh god, another abnormality already? Dear god! Dear god, and it's even Chesed as well. Why Chesed? It's been like 3 parts since Chesed had an abnormality, right? And I did say, once there's a second abnormality, we could jump back to that. Wait a second, let me just quickly check something. How much time do we have? If I jump into Roland's abnormality right now, there is a decent chance I might be able to pull it off, but it might get a bit close. But at the same time, today is a Friday part. How about, instead of fighting any more battles, we are jumping back into the credenza and seeing which type of book we can read today, huh? After all, I did say after reading Salvato and Yuna's pages, or in the books, that at one point, if I ever get the Book of Phillip, I would read it instantly. And I didn't do that before, but now I have the time. Unstable page of the crying children. That is Phillip, right? That is clearly Phillip. Now then, it doesn't really seem like it's going to continue with the report from before. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, that's a long story. Never mind. I guess we're only going to read his book then, huh? But I did say, in the off chance that this is a continuation of yesterday's promise report, I wanted to read that, but I guess Phillip has his own story to tell, huh? Seems like it. Sorry, I get how you feel, but I will need more time to think about this. Are you feeling down? No, I'm fine, I get this. It was rather sudden, and you will need some time to collect your thoughts. Thanks for understanding. You know, you're a very caring person. I guess Krampus picked the right rookie to hire. Is that so? Thank you. Wait, is that the moment when he was confessing the feelings to Yuna? Interesting. If we start right from that part, huh? I couldn't say anything beyond that. I tried to think positive about it, convincing myself that I wouldn't want to see Sunbei feel troubled because of me in the future. Clinging on to it further would only make me seem pathetic. Although Sunbei didn't decline my confession outright, it felt safer to think of it as a refusal, so I wouldn't get my head into the clouds and make another attempt at it, because you already gave up. You failed once and you already gave up. That's not a good outlook, Phillip. That's really not a good outlook, especially since she didn't even deny it. She didn't even deny it yet. Just give her some time. I shouldn't have held any expectations in the first place. I thought it would feel like a load has been taken off my chest after I had confessed my pent-up feelings to her, but I couldn't even bring myself to look Sunbei in the eyes. I didn't see it. I found myself looking for excuses. Not because I'm a coward. Yes, exactly because of that. It's not because I was afraid of that, I was afraid that I might be faced with darkness I can possibly handle if I lift my head. No, I didn't even lift your head. I just looked at the shade so I could see a brighter light. That's all. That thought made me feel a bit easier. So you didn't really want to face it head on. Even the confession! You didn't face your own confession head on? Oh god, Philip! I don't know what expressions Sunbei wore at the time. Was she grinning at my nonsense? Or was she upset? All I can think is that she was probably giving me a look of disgust. Why would she be disgusted about it? She even said, "Oh, you're quite understanding. I guess you picked the right guy, Grams." She must have been happy at that point. Happy! Philip! Oh my god. You gave a fine speech, but I must wonder if you're truly upset for the sake of Savato and or other late colleagues. I'll go prepare myself. What is that? Fine speech? For sake of Savato? Okay, I guess that's a different conversation. I closed the door on my way out. Was it because I didn't want to hear any more of it? Did I lack the energy to refute him? I had no time to reflect on the reason I left my seat. The one thing I couldn't stand was him putting the blame on me for leaving my master and Sunbei behind in that place they called the library. That was Oscar. He was talking with Oscar. When I escaped so that I could bring others to save them. A wise person once said that you must close your ears when someone utters useless words or speak with harmful intent. Is the uselessness of a talk determined solely by one's own standards? Maybe Oscar was right, but are his words useless and wrong because they distress me? Maybe I just didn't want to accept it. Consoling myself that I need some time to focus only on the grief of losing my master in Sunbei. I covered my ears. First, he refused to look. Now, he closed off his ears. What's next? Is it his mouth? You're pausing it at just the right moment. Like it's a rerun of your watch over and over again. Oh no, it's Oz's fault, right? The clown thingy. The clown thingy. Oh no. Sometimes the human brain has difficulties telling reality from illusion. Watching a horror film incite fear even though you know it's fiction. However, it is not always easy to discern the truth. They are standing right before my eyes, reapproaching me, but I can't dismiss them as mere illusions. Even though they are dead, gone, there was no way they could be real. It doesn't make sense that I know what they're about to say otherwise. It couldn't be something they told me before. Right beforehand, when Sunbei was about to speak, I shut her up, as though I knew that it was going to unfold, or rather what was going to unfold. What could I gain from uttering what will harm me? Self-justification? Those words would have wounded me for sure, but they were also words that would protect me. But again, I'm running away from the truth. Vilifying others. It will make me feel a bit better. Emily was right. All I had to do was make up reasons that are convenient to me. It's not my fault at all. They're the bad ones. It's derisive how swallow my admirations for my master and Sunbei was, changing my attitude towards them so easily out of self-preservation. Nothing is more beautiful than knowing the truth, and therefore nothing must be more shameful than admitting that what one believes in was a lie. I could have sworn I acknowledged my vice and embraced it. While the process was a little unstable, I still felt ashamed for the truthless deeds I have done, and decided to cherish that negative part of myself as I am. Or rather, so I thought. stopped talking. I couldn't even tell what was appropriate to speak anymore. And that is when he closed everything off. Closed eyes, closed ears, closed mouth. Everything is connecting with each other in order to form those freaking children. Turning a blind eye to all that tries to hurt me. Turning a deaf ear to words that will lead me down the wrong path. Turn mute mouth to unnecessary evil. And last of all, act not. Make myself happy that way. You can no longer perceive anything. Except of your own thoughts, right? If you turn everything else off, the only person that is able to confront you at that point is yourself. And your own thoughts. Who literally are probably blaming himself as well, and everyone else around him, in order to make it much, much worse. Great, Philip, you managed to trap yourself inside of your own head. Isn't that just great? Ah, God. That guy. He literally just made it even worse for himself. He makes it worse and worse. After every attempt, it became worse. And he's too blind to see that. Everyone tried to help him. Pamela tried to help him, Oscar tried to help him, Yuna and Oswald, Salvatore, were there for him. Everyone tried to give him more courage, to make him more comfortable and confident in himself. But no, he's not able to see that at all. And then he turned into that. I mean, he could have been such a cool fallen angel guy, seeing that how he is related to negative thoughts. But even that got denied because he turned into a child, right? He turned into a child. Oh, God. Well, seems like today's part we're going to leave off on a relatively sad note. In the next part, we're probably going to start off with a couple of general invitations again, simply because I usually always like to start a new area with a couple of random encounters. You never know, they might drop some useful pages again, right? Like the baboon head in the... what was it again? The Friends Attack? Yeah, those cards were great. And after that, depending how it goes, I try to follow the path of the Kane office. There is a chance the game is trying to redirect me into another path again, just as it did with the farmers, but we'll see, right? We'll see. I might reconsider and actually do some abnormality fights, right? I mean, we do have 2 of them waiting for us, so technically speaking, I could create another abnormality part. But we'll see, right? We'll see. I mean, I have a whole week to think about that, right? Anyways, I hope you guys had fun, and see you in the next part. Until then, bye bye!